Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, Celestial Beauty, also known as Saturn in the 12th, where our main focus for now will be tarot and astrology. If this is your first time to my channel, please go ahead and like this video and subscribe to my channel so you do not miss any content going further. And if you would like a personal private reading, or you would like to leave me a donation, all of that information can be found in the description box below. So let's go ahead and get started on today's reading. It is another pick a card reading where I would like you all to use your intuition to see which object or stone you are drawn to most, and then see what your intuition has led you to. So let's go ahead and see what lies beneath the cards, and let's get started. Okay, so before we get into the reading, I just wanted to go over some overall messages that I received and some meditative messages that I received prior to doing the reading. So before we even get into it, I haven't even looked at the cards yet, I haven't even turned them over. So I would just want to get into what I picked up intuitively. And the first one I heard was when I was getting ready this morning. And it was like a polar bear eating, I don't know, it was eating something like a fish or a seal. I couldn't tell what it was eating because there was so much blood like around it. And you know, polar bears are white. And so when they have blood on them, it's very like prominent, it's very noticeable. And so there was like blood all over the face and the paws. And I just instantly got this sense of like you or someone around you, like just you're like devouring something, and whatever you are devouring or consuming is like messy, quite literally. Like just like I saw the polar bear, like but like almost like you're being too forceful, like over forceful. Um, and I feel like whatever you are going very intensely for, you may need to like take a like gentler type of approach. I also heard regarding to the polar bear here that someone could be being caught like red-handed, like you or someone else is being caught red-handed, um, with the blood being all over the polar bear, like being caught in a mess. And I just kept hearing like messy, 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 like something is messy. Like someone is caught in the act, um, like caught red-handed, quite literally, like they're doing something that they denied or they said that they weren't doing. And I'm hearing like it's almost like they didn't even know you were there. Like when I imagined the polar bear, it's like the polar bear turned around and was like, it's not like it said, "What are you doing here?" But just the eye contact that we made and just like the overall feel of the imagery that I saw in my head was just a sense of like, what are you doing here? You know, like it was just like a surprise. Like the polar bear was just kind of surprised that I was watching it eat, basically. Um, so I think whatever this situation or however it resonates or however it correlates to your life or whoever this message for, because it sounds like a specific message, but whoever this is for, I just recommend that you be careful or well, yeah, they be careful too, obviously, but just don't be too spiteful, like out here trying to be like petty. Um, because I do feel, like I said, I kept hearing messy, I kept hearing messy. And being caught red-handed doesn't have to necessarily mean like cheating. Everybody kind of always goes to that. You can be caught in other things too, like other lies or other um scenarios, you know what I mean? Like sometimes it's just like a white lie, like, oh, I'm not hanging out with so and so, but really you are. I don't know, you know what I mean? Whatever the case may be. But I do sense that if like you or if anybody you know is out here being spiteful or being petty unnecessarily in like situations or relationships where they don't need to be, it's definitely going to like backfire on them or you, um, because it's ultimately going to make whatever the situation is like way bigger than it needs to be. Like how the blood was all over the polar bear. It was just like it, like wild animals are wild. They're going to eat. They don't really, you know what I mean, take the care that we do to eat and make sure that we don't get food all over ourselves and stuff. But I say all that to say that I felt like that was an image of like an overindulgence, you know what I mean? Like that there was too much happening, that whatever pettiness is being done right now, or whatever is being done out of spite right now, is really going to um, be a lot bigger of a cleanup than you or this person realizes in the end. Um, like to the point where it not could be able to be cleaned up, I think. Like polar bears are white, right? So I don't know how exactly they get um, clean again, but maybe they just hop in the water or something. I don't know. But take that how it applies. I know it's a really weird message, but sometimes I feel like the weird ones be accurate for some people and they reach the people that they need to reach. So that's what is important. Um, but I also saw, after the polar bear, I saw a fox like running away. And if you are familiar with my channel, you know that the fox, or you may have realized that the fox is a reoccurring animal that appears to me in meditation and brings me messages frequently. So I like to consider the fox one of my main spirit animals. But I saw a fox running away, and I I felt like he was like running away with messages, like with withholding. I kept hearing the word like withholding, like something is being like withheld. Like someone is purposely holding on to valuable information, like a thief in the night, like a fox can be known for in certain cultures, right? But I get that there's like some tangible info, right? Because the fox is like running away with the information, right? So there's like some type of like tangible information that would be of value or of clarity to you. I want to say that like someone doesn't want you to get a hold of, so they're like creating a distance between you and this information, as in like them taking it like physically away so that you can't even like see it or know that it exists entirely, um, to keep you in the dark about it. And I know I've seen my fox many, many, many times. But this time the black tail really like stuck out for me, and I just heard black male like right after I focused on the black tail. And I've never thought of that or had it really stick out to me before about my fox. And I just heard black male, like MAIL, blackmail. Like someone is holding on to like info over you, possibly, or like against you, or this could be like you possibly knowing you have receipts that you could use on someone. Possibly, and like maybe you're not, or you're thinking about it, or you're planning on it, or like if they do one more thing, you're about to like boom, you're about to pop them out. I don't know. But I do feel as though that is another specific message for someone too. So if it doesn't resonate, cool. If it does, then you will know that that one is for you for sure. But I know that a lot of people, considering the depiction of foxes in different cultures, consider foxes to not be good omens. But I know, at least in the research that I've done, the consensus that feel like I can say that I've reached based on the knowledge that I've gained about the different beliefs in foxes throughout the cultures. The consensus, regardless, is that they like are some type of a messenger, whether it's good or bad. but they can usually like be a warning. And like I said, warnings aren't always bad, right? Like a warning can help you sometimes, like tip you off. Like they're the tip off. They're like the, hey, like that gun that alerts you if you are in like a race or something, right, in track, and you have the little gun that goes off and like boom, then you start your race. Just like if foxes are hunted, right there, that gun goes off and then that's their signal that they need to run and they need to hide and people are looking for them, right? So I do feel as though depending on the situation, on how you view the situation and your perception of the situation, like this could be good or bad for you, or it could be like a blessing in disguise. I always like to think of the fox as like a sort of blessing in disguise. Like he's coming to like warn you, but it's really like to help you. Like you might not like what he has to say, but you will be happy he said it in the long run. So let's get into the cards. Those are all the messages that I received intuitively for you when I meditated earlier. So let's see what the cards have to say. All right. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck, I just want to point out because I just noticed here we got the moon in the reverse here and it says illusion at the bottom, and there are two foxes at the bottom of this. Like I can't even make this up. I will post a picture of it. But I picked up my fox in my meditative message and I got the message. If you didn't listen to my overall messages, please go back and listen to those because this card at the bottom of the deck definitely confirms the fox messages that I was receiving. My fox never leads me astray. But the moon is in reverse here, and yeah, like I said, illusion is at the bottom of the card, is the word at the bottom of the card, and I definitely feel as though something is being hidden from you, some type of message, some type of information, um, or you are holding on to some type of receipt or some type of info, maybe until the right moment, or if someone gives you enough reason to use it, possibly. But there is definitely deception. I believe what the full moon is today? Oh no, Wednesday, excuse me. So the full moon is Wednesday. Okay, yeah, it's a full moon on Wednesday, and it's also a lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. So perhaps this could be being revealed very soon. A few days before or a few days after, but definitely around this time period, or definitely possibly this week, you could be using the info that you have, the secret info that you have on somebody, or maybe you could be finding out something deep, like there's something deeper going on. There's a crab underneath the foxes here, and this is a water card. The moon, or Cancer rules the moon, I should say. The moon doesn't rule Cancer, or whatever, however you want to say it. But maybe you're finding out something deep. And there's some people I'm noticing in the background here. So maybe there's some hearsay or things going on that that possibly caused you to, like I said, release the information you have, or possibly, if you're not releasing it, go after or try to obtain this information from the person that is withholding it from you. So I just wanted to point that out before we get into the cards. I know I just said that, but like I said, as I was moving the cards over here to my little desk thing so I could do the reading, I noticed at the bottom of the deck there was the moon in the reverse. So I just wanted to put those little messages out there. All right. If you picked the first card with the little stone that is green on the outside and pink on the inside, and you picked watermelon tourmaline, which is one of my favorite stones here. It has to do with duality and creating harmony with the two colors in sync here. But you received the Page of Pentacles, and at the bottom it says new experiences. So I feel like there are some new opportunities coming in your future, probably for finances here, because this is a Pentacles card. And I say new because this is, obviously it says new experiences, but pages are new and brand new energy. And I have a sense that this opportunity could be taking you possibly miles away. I see the reindeer here in the background, and she's in some type of hills or something. So maybe this could take you to outside of your home or outside of your hometown, possibly, because it says new experiences here too. So it's not just new opportunities. Like when you are able to be somewhere else for a while, you can really experience what it's like to live somewhere rather than just visiting for a few days. So that's why I say maybe this opportunity is taking you outside of your hometown or maybe even your home state for an extended period of time to really give you a sense of new life, new experiences, and even I'm hearing new ways of care here because she's holding the pentacle almost within her forearm in the nook of her elbow-ish, almost like a baby, right? In a way. But she is careful with it, and she holds it close to her and close to her abdomen here. So I think that it is something that will bring you a lot of fulfillment. If you do choose to go for it, I do hope that you choose to go for it. But new things are scary, and new things can be hard. It can be hard to take yourself out of your comfort zone. But with the not the new moon, the full moon in Sagittarius coming up here in a few days, I do feel as though this could indicate some type of travel or new experiences that you can have traveling. Sagittarius is about exploration and philosophy and higher learning. So this could even have to do with school, not just work, but I do feel as though it is going to take you to just a different scenic surrounding. I don't know why I keep picking that up though. Is that whatever this opportunity is going to put you in a different space, quite literally, not just mentally, but it's going to literally put you in a whole different area of maybe not the world, but maybe the US or wherever you are. I don't know where you guys are, but it's going to be different, like I said, than your hometown. It's going to be a totally different view. And I think as scary as that is at first, once you get there, you're going to realize how much you really cherish and adore this new view and this new experience and this new opportunity. Like I said, the way that she's holding the pentacle here really makes me feel as though she is nourishing it and ensuring its comfort. And almost cradling it to ensure that, yeah, to ensure its comfort, like I said. So perhaps this is you being very diligent and precise with the steps that you take to ensure that this new experience is handled with the care that it needs to. so that you can cultivate, because this is a page card, right? So that you can expand this in the ways that you need to and get to the knight, the king, and the queen, right? So I think that you are ensuring that this new experience is handled in the utmost care that it needs to, so that you can grow it in the ways that you want to. Um, yeah, I think that you are wise here for doing that, and I recommend that you keep doing that. Like, even though this is a page card, it looks like her hair is gray. So I think she has wisdom, you have wisdom, in knowing that you need to treat this gently and with gratitude, mostly like being thankful and staying in a state of gratitude so that you can continue to have great experiences come to you after nourishing this experience, right? So continue to, I know I keep saying nourish, but continue to nourish your opportunities and whatever gifts I'm hearing you have that are allowing you to have those opportunities so that you can remain in a state of gratitude and receptivity so that the universe can give you the abundance that it wants to, so that it can give you these new experiences. But you need to have the space for that, right? So try to be as receptive as you can so that you can create that space for the universe to give you these new things ushering in for you. All right, I think that is all I get for you, card one. Okay, card number two is the card in the middle. It has like a little turtle. I don't know if you could tell at the camera angle what it was, but it's like a little turtle made out of a stone that I forget what type of stone he is made out of. But let's see what card you got. Oh, the Nine of Wands, determination. Why do I instantly hear that story of um, the tortoise and the hare, right? And it's like slow and steady wins the race. And mind you, I try to say this every time, but I do not put any of these stones or objects on top of the cards like knowingly. Like I throw them out before I even turn the cards over. I just like randomly throw out some objects that just appeal to me, and then I put them on whichever card I'm drawn to. I don't know. But that being said, I do think it's funny that a lot of times the object or the stone that I do put on the card tends to correlate a lot with the card. So that is kind of cool for me, and a confirmation to my intuition. But anyways, the Nine of Wands to me suggests here that you are like almost done. You are almost at the finish line. There is something that you have been working hard on. Wands is like passion, is action, and sometimes can also indicate battle. But 9 is almost 10. And 10 is when you're done, and then we move on to the page, and then the queen and the key, or the knight king, anyways. But this suggests that you are almost done, and I believe that you have a determination. Like, you see how close the finish line is, you see how close you are to being done with something, and you are determined to like see it through. Just like the tortoise, right? The turtle and the tortoise and the hare story. He didn't really care how much the rabbit was talking. He didn't care about everybody else who didn't believe in him and everybody on the sidelines that was cheering the rabbit, cheering the rabbit, cheering the rabbit. Nobody was cheering for him, right? But it was cool. He was cool with that. And I think you're cool with that too. I don't think you care if anybody is cheering you on at the finish line. I don't think you care if anybody believes that you can't finish, or you don't care if anybody even noticed that you started running the race, right? Because you didn't start running for them. You were running for yourself. So you know how much you have done, and you know the determination it has taken you just to get as far as you have gotten. So you'll be damned actually if you don't get to the finish line. There's nobody that's about to stop you from getting to the finish line. Like it says determination right here. Like you are determined right now. You worked way too hard. You done went through all the wands here. 1 through freaking now you at 9. And so you're not taking any steps back. You're getting to the finish line and you're not going to be hindered by any naysayers on the side, in front of you in any way, even in your head, like you're that determined, right? So even if you have self-sabotaging thoughts, or if your inner critic is like, ah, no, you about to fall right before the finish line, you're like, fuck that. I got this. So I'm definitely picking, excuse me, peeling. I'm definitely picking up a very strong, like, I could feel it. Like, I'm almost like getting like hot right now. Like, it's like, you're like, nah. And like I said, wands is passion, right? Like, this is something that you are passionate about. So take it however it resonates. But there's a slow determination here. Like, and I don't mean slow, like, because you could be passionate about something and still be taking like baby steps in order to get to it, right? But I say slow because, like I said, the My Little Turtle thing was on top of it. But I think you know that you have to pace yourself, due to like your past history and the things that you've gone through, but also like you just know in this situation or whatever you're going through right now that it needs to be handled with delicacy. So you don't mind taking the slower steps, like the turtle and the tortoise and the hare story. You don't mind taking those steps because you know you're still gonna reach the finish line, right? You don't need to like make any crazy moves. You don't need to try to do something crazy on the turns or try to like sprint on the turns, or no. You go slower on the turns, right? And then you sprint on the straightaways. I don't know. I did track a very long time ago, but I think you know that the only way to achieve this goal in the way that you want to, within your own like integrity, the way that you want to achieve this, um, is by taking the slow, determined step. Is by taking the slow, calculated steps, right? I think in that story, the rabbit or the hare or whatever like goofed off a few times, right? And like got caught up in other things, and then ended up like not winning the race because he like got caught up. Um, I don't know, doing other stuff like talking to other people or whatever. He went on detours or whatever because he was so sure that he was gonna win, right? But the turtle just stayed determined and stayed on the path. And I think that's definitely what this is recommending for you to do. I think that's what you're already doing. I don't think you're going to allow anybody to kind of take you off of your path right now. Like it says at the bottom of the card, determination. You're very determined. You're so freaking close, and you see the finish line. So there's no reason for you to take a detour at this point in time. So don't. Um, I'm trying to see if I'm picking up anything else for you here. Um, all of these wands are like, I don't know, I just noticed how they're all kind of like facing down here. And I get the sense of like you kind of just putting your foot down, in the sense of like ensuring that you do finish, and that you do reach this goal here. Like it says, determination. You're putting your foot down not only for yourself but for other people, and ensuring that there won't be any distractions to keep you from the finish line here because you see how close the finish line is. So there's absolutely nothing that you're going to allow to jeopardize um, the outcome that you have worked so hard for. And nor should you have to. You deserve that shit. So stay determined. All right, let's move on. Third card on the end is blue Kyanite. And if you picked that, you got the Three of Pentacles. And at the bottom of the card, it says recognition. I'm hearing that there is someone, or maybe this is you, that really wants to be recognized or validated for their feelings, oddly enough. I know this is a Pentacles card, but the blue Kyanite just really sticks out to me and screams feelings to me. And maybe this is that hidden energy that I was picking up on with the fox messages earlier. If you haven't, not read, if you haven't listened to my overall messages, please go back and listen to that so you can hear the fox messages to know what I'm referring to at this moment. But maybe someone is hiding, like how they feel, maybe, and wants you to recognize or like read between the lines. I'm hearing, like, I've never picked this up with my Three of Pentacles card here, especially in this deck before, but something is drawing me to the in-betweens of the coins here. And I just sense that somebody like wants you to read in between the lines. Like, they don't really want to say, but they want you to recognize what they're not saying, almost. And in that, it will validate like how they feel, but I'm not sure you're able to read between the lines. Like, I don't think that they are giving you enough. Like, this is only the three, right? Like, they're not giving you enough here to go off of to even read between any lines. It's like they want you to see what's not there, but there's only so much that you can go off of, right? Like, I've said this before, and I should probably get a trademark before somebody steals it from me, but I can only be as understanding as you can be for me. Like, I can't, if you don't give me anything to understand, what can I understand, right? So it's like, if somebody doesn't give you any info to go off of, or doesn't, or let's say they act like everything's fine, right? And you're just supposed to know that, like, I don't know, they're upset or that they had an issue, but on the surface, everything is okay. And then they're mad because you don't know that internally they're going through it. Well, how can I know that if you're a really good act, right? Some people are a good act and some people aren't a good act. Like, I can't hide emotions on my face, but other people can. And I have found it in my experience that people get upset when I'm unable to like read through their facade, I guess. And to me, I'm choosing to not like read through because obviously you have the facade up for a reason, in my opinion. You know what I mean? So I'm not a prior either. And I don't like when people pry on me. So maybe if you're not picking up on this person's like inner feelings or the things not being said because they're so good at hiding the reality of things, then they're feeling like a lack of recognition, like a lack of validation. It's almost like they're almost feeling like offended, I'm hearing, that you aren't picking up on their secret feelings. And that's not really fair to you, or anybody at all. But I think that they or you or whomever this applies to in the scenario really need to recognize their own part in things and try to not have hidden expectations for someone or even yourself. I think if there's parts of yourself that you want somebody to recognize, you have to show parts of yourself so that people can see that and recognize it, correct? So if there is some type of recognition that you or someone else wants, you need to be honest with yourself in the level of transparency, excuse me, the level of transparency that you have provided to ensure people do know how you feel. It can become exhausting. Like I can read through the lines to an extent, but we all don't want to have to all the time, right? So maybe this is also talking about recognizing like the importance of self-reflection and noticing what we are giving, and then expecting in return. Uh, because we can't be giving the Three of Pentacles here, right? And then expect the Ten of Pentacles in return from somebody else. And then being mad when they don't give us the 10, right? We're like, well, I put in 3 and you're not going to put in 10. Like, well, no, you're only putting in 3. I got to put in 10 or 7 or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, and you get to put in 3. Like, either way, I'm putting in more than you, right? That's exhausting. I think this suggests that we definitely need to, like I said, take a look within and recognize maybe our unrealistic expectations from others and ourselves. I'm also hearing that the Three of Pentacles can sometimes like represent juggling, I want to say. At least in this instance, it does to me. So maybe you are juggling with a lot of thoughts or ideas or finances, possibly. And there needs to be a sense of grounding, or there needs to be a realization of a need for some grounding. Pentacles is of the earth. So recognize what takes you out of your head and brings you back into reality, into the world here. I heard a reading the other day where she said, be of the world, not in it, or something like that. She's really awesome. Her name is The Oracle, THEE Oracle. She's super dope. You guys should go follow her. But yeah, I definitely feel as though this card speaks to a lot of like self-reflection and definitely taking a look within to recognize the issues we are juggling within ourselves, and maybe with other people. So take some time to ground yourself if you can, in whichever ways work for you. Grounding works differently for everyone. What's going to work for me might not work for you. So maybe look up some grounding techniques or try different things until you find something that resonates with your soul. And use that as your fail-safe or your go-to when you are feeling overwhelmed, or that you have too much going on, or that you're juggling too much at once. So I'm trying to hear if I'm getting any other messages for you. I don't think so. I think that's it. Okay, guys, thank you for coming to my channel. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to my channel and liking this video. Please do not forget to donate to my channel if you would like to, and to contact me for a private reading if you would like one. All of that information can be found in the description box. But thank you most of all, like I said, for coming and for being supportive. I look forward to seeing you all next time. Bye-bye.